Today we're diving into Genesis chapter 8, a story of hope, patience, and God's faithfulness. This chapter is a turning point, reminding us that even in the darkest times, God's care never fades. The story of Noah is not just about survival, but about trust and waiting for God's perfect timing. The world was flooded, and Noah's family was trapped in the ark for months, surrounded by darkness and uncertainty. Imagine the endless days and nights, the sound of rain, and the feeling of being cut off from everything familiar. Yet, in that isolation, they held on to faith. But Genesis 8:1 says, "And God remembered Noah." Those words are powerful. They mean God was mindful of Noah's situation, attentive to every need, and ready to act at the right moment. Even in the longest storms, God never forgets His children. His love reaches us wherever we are, no matter how lost or alone we may feel. Maybe you feel stuck or overlooked, waiting for a breakthrough. Perhaps you're wondering if your prayers are being heard or if your situation will ever change. Remember, God's timing is perfect, and His promises never fail. He is always working, even when we can't see it, orchestrating things for our good. Just as He remembered Noah, He remembers you by name. You are never forgotten, and your story matters deeply to Him. When you feel alone, whisper to yourself, "God remembers me." Let that truth bring comfort and strength to your heart. Let that truth anchor your heart. Hold on to it in moments of doubt, and let it steady you through every storm. God is working behind the scenes, preparing your new beginning. Just as He prepared dry land for Noah, He is making a way for you. The storm won't last forever. Every trial has an end, and every night gives way to morning. Trust Him. He's faithful, and His love is everlasting. His promises are sure, and His presence is constant. Your time in the ark is ending. A new chapter is about to begin. Step forward with courage, knowing God is with you. Hold on to hope, because God always keeps His word. His faithfulness is your foundation. Let's see what happens next in Noah's journey, and remember, God's story for you is still unfolding. After God remembered Noah, He sent a mighty wind to sweep across the earth, stirring the waters and beginning the long process of renewal. Gradually, the floodwaters began to recede, inch by inch, revealing the land that had been hidden for so long beneath the waves. It took 150 days. Change didn't happen overnight. Each day must have felt endless, as Noah and his family waited for a sign that the world was being restored. Noah had to wait patiently, trusting God's process even when he couldn't see results. He held on to hope even when the outcome was uncertain. Sometimes we want instant answers, but God often works gradually, building our faith through the slow unfolding of His plan. Waiting can feel lonely, but it's never wasted. Noah sent out a raven, watching as it soared over the waters, searching for a place to land. Then he released a dove, hoping it would find dry ground and bring back news of a new beginning. The dove returned at first, no place to rest. The world was not yet ready, and Noah had to wait even longer. When we move before God's timing, we end up back where we started, learning that patience is part of the journey. Later, the dove brought back an olive leaf, a sign of hope and new life, proof that God's promise was unfolding. God always gives us small signs to encourage us while we wait. These gentle reminders help us hold on to faith. Don't give up. Look for those olive leaves in your own life. Even the smallest sign can be a message of hope. Waiting isn't wasted. It's preparation for what's next. In the quiet moments, we are being readied for new growth and new opportunities. Trust God's timing and let hope fuel your faith. Every season of waiting is a chance to grow stronger and more resilient. The season of waiting is shaping you for your new beginning. Embrace it, knowing that something beautiful is being prepared for you. Stay patient. God's promise is on the horizon, closer than you think. Keep watching, keep hoping, and trust that your time will come. Finally, God told Noah, "Go out of the ark." Noah waited for God's command, not just his own judgment. When the door opened, Noah and his family stepped into a brand new world. Everything was different. They had to start over, trusting God to provide. Stepping out took faith, but God was with them every step. Maybe you're afraid to leave your comfort zone after a storm. God is calling you forward, into purpose, joy, and blessing. Don't let fear keep you in the ark. The same God who brought you through will guide you ahead. It's time to embrace the new thing God is doing in your life. Step out in faith. Your new beginning awaits. The first thing Noah did on dry ground was build an altar and thank God. Before anything else, he worshipped, showing gratitude for God's protection and faithfulness. Gratitude shifts our focus from problems to God's goodness. A thankful heart pleases God and opens us to more of His blessings. You can build your own altar by pausing to thank God, even in small things. Make thankfulness your first response, not your last resort. Don't wait for perfect circumstances. Thank God in the middle of your mess. Gratitude brings joy and peace no matter what you face. Like Noah, let worship and thankfulness lead your new beginnings. Start today. Give God the thanks He deserves. In response to Noah's heartfelt worship and gratitude, God made a profound promise to all creation, a promise that would echo through generations. He vowed never again to destroy the earth with a flood, ensuring that life would continue and the world would never face such devastation again. As a visible sign of this everlasting covenant, God set a radiant rainbow in the clouds, stretching across the sky for all to see. The rainbow is more than just a beautiful sight. It's God's personal reminder of His faithfulness, mercy, and unchanging love for every living creature. Every time you see a rainbow, remember, God keeps His promises, no matter how impossible they may seem. The cycles of nature, seed time and harvest, day and night, are secured by God's word, a testament to His ongoing care and provision for the earth. The rainbow stands as a symbol of hope after the storm, a gentle reminder that new beginnings follow even the hardest times. It reminds us that God's mercy follows even our darkest days, bringing light and reassurance when we need it most. When you see a rainbow, let it encourage you to trust God, no matter how heavy the clouds or how fierce the storm. It's His signature of love and faithfulness to you, a promise written across the sky that you are never forgotten. The storm is over, and God's promise stands forever, unshaken by time or circumstance. Let the rainbow fill you with hope for the future and remind you that brighter days are always ahead. God's covenant is unbreakable. He remembers you always, and His love endures through every season of life. What can we learn from Genesis 8 today? First, God remembers you, even in your darkest storms. Second, trust His timing. Waiting is part of His plan. Look for the small signs of hope He sends along the way. Third, make gratitude your first response when God brings you through. These three keys, faith in God's memory, patience in the process, and a thankful heart, lead to a victorious life. No matter how great the storm, God is greater. He is the God of new beginnings and faithful promises. Take these lessons to heart and share hope with others. Remind them, God remembers, the storm will end, and a rainbow is waiting. God bless you.